In today's video we will be looking at the tarot pulls that I did on my holiday. We'll be looking at how I intend to use those on a spread to look back at how the holiday went. We'll be reviewing some books that I have read and some great books that I have read. We will also be looking at plants that I intend to plant and grow between now and the spring. And finally, at the end of the video, there's a giveaway. So do stay, add your name, and hopefully you'll be the lucky winner of today's giveaway. Hi, how are you? Welcome back to Tarot Tats and Tea. I'm finally home after having a lovely 10-day break with my husband in Fungarola in Spain. We had a very adventurous time. We parasailed, we jet skied, we went to a reptile house and held all these snakes. It was a really good holiday, and we managed to catch in some rays and a few dips in the pool along the way. My glasses are fogging up this morning, and this is simply because I have been rushing around like a blue-bottomed fly, and I'm just settling down now, and I thought I'm going to say hello to everybody on TarotTube here and to just have a catch up. The last one I posted up was whilst we were on holiday, and it was just how I read, so I thought I'd bring that along with me here today and talk to you about that. I've also got some books to go through here with you, and to what I've read. I've actually read all these, give you a quick review on each one, and I have some updates on what I'm going to be doing in my garden. Also, if you stay to the end, I've got a bit of a giveaway, so I'll keep that as a surprise, and I'll try not to keep you too long. We've no decks to show today, no new decks have arrived. I've got a couple on order and looking forward to their arrival. But they are older decks, they're versions of older decks. I'll take them off for a little bit because they're really annoying me steaming up. But yeah, sort of extra copies of older decks that I've used them so much that they're looking rather shabby. But this was my companion on my holidays. It's the deck that I always take everywhere with me, and you've heard me say it time and time again, and it's James Redcliffe's RWS 2.0, and it's basically improving on the RWS, the general RWS, you know, the original. You've got clear lines, and it's very much another one that I love like this would be the CS Tarot as well. And there are so many of these. Sorry, Sam, what's the matter with you? There are so many of these decks being recoloured and by different creators, and they're lovely to see. But as you can see, this one of mine has become very grubby indeed, and I want to get another deck to have on standby, just in case this one, anything ever happens to it. It's really grubby. Even the backs are all worn and what have you. But it's my workhorse, and this is the deck that I would pull my 3-card readings with every morning on holiday. Now I say every morning, I'm using that term very loosely, because this year I only pulled the cards for the first part of the holiday. I just didn't feel that I needed to for the rest, and it's become a thing that when we go away, first thing I do, I get up while hubby's getting himself up and ready. I'm already up and washed, and I will have my cards. I'll be sitting on the balcony, and I will be looking at my cards and writing up what it means for me. Then that evening I go back to my morning's reading. Once we settle down, we're back in our hotel room, and I read over it and I reflect on it, and I see how it compares to the way my day actually panned out. Well, this year I've decided to try something different. Yes, I did do that, but I only did it for about 4 days, if that, because I just didn't feel drawn to needing to do it, because we were so busy. We were up and out at the crack of dawn, and I don't know, I just didn't feel the need, and I wasn't going to force the issue, because then I don't think it's great. I tell you what, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And the aim was, right, I pull the cards, so I just keep them on a little list. This is my travel journal, all things in here from my travels. I just make a little list there, so you'd have, say that, right, that's the day we arrived, okay, that one there, Tuesday. We had death, the 2 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. Sam, stop that now. Stop that, good boy. He's chased his ball under a table. Just bear with me, I better go and get it from him, otherwise we won't have any peace to carry on here. You can see what I do, I write out the 3 cards. In this is my little notebook, and I have notebook, you know, things and all sorts of things in here with spreads and readings and various other things. So what I do in here, I then write out my findings from each of those cards. So we would have our daily draw. Now we'd have my first daily draw was death, 2 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles, and it's very strange because things happen that could sort of link in with your death card for change and things changing, you know, things that no longer serve me, things coming to an end, but also sort of on that morphing and going out into a more adventurous lifestyle, and we really did do that. It was lovely. You know, choices to be made to keep things in balance. Yes, we had to do that as well. And then the 9 of Pentacles was to relax and just enjoy the day that was in it, accept what changes were coming our way, and just make sure that we didn't overspend, we didn't go over budget, or we didn't kill ourselves on any of our adventures, you know. So that was it, really. So that's how I wrote that up. But what I wanted to do with this now is to take each day, so the 5 days or the 6 days that I read, so say it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 cards. Take those 18 cards and just lay them out in rows of 3 and just look how each card affects the other, and to see what the general vibe of the holiday was. Does what is sort of encompassed in those cards ring true with how our holiday went? So I'm going to do that, and when I've done that I will let you know how I got on. I don't know if I've explained that properly. I'll have to look back when I'm editing this. Do you know what, Lynn? Shut up and start again. So what else is new? Well, I picked some seeds up while I was there. Well, we call them bird of paradise. They're strits something. I can never remember the actual scientific name for them. But I've got some orange ones and some white ones that I'm going to start off in my potting shed, and then in spring when they're that little bit stronger, pop them out. I'm going to clear out one of the beds in the front of the house, at the front of the garden there, and put them there. I received these whilst I was away, flower seeds. Okay, and it's my money plant, so I'm going to be popping them into a pot. I think the potting shed or greenhouse will be okay to start them off. But because we're coming into the winter now, I think I might propagate them here in the house. I've got an extra rosemary plant that you can see here to put. I love rosemary, and mine sort of it grows, but it's not growing fast enough for me, so I have to keep buying small ones to put in. This is a curry plant, and you can actually use these leaves to help flavour foods, and you can use the yellow flowers that come out on them to make tea. So I'm looking forward to trying that. That'd be quite interesting, that. I have some, these are red winter onions to plant. And then I've got 3 packs of elephant garlic, my absolute favourite. So that would be great. And then I've also got some matching trays to put under the pots that I've got in the house. Yep, we're plant crazy, or I'm plant crazy at the moment. I don't know what's happened. So books, what have I been reading? Well, you know, I've got through a few of late, and they've been extremely interesting. Let's have a look at the first one, the one that I was reading before, and I told you that it was really excellent, the Shadow Key. I really do recommend this book. This book was beautiful. There's house, a village called Penhelig. Okay, it's a made-up name. It's a village in Wales. Okay, so this is all based in and around Wales, when, you know, like English landlords are coming in and they're taking over quarries and everything else. And it's hard for a young doctor who has moved into the area to be able to be accepted by the local people, because they just feel that he's another English person, and it's, you know, the Welsh are being treated more like slaves than people. And it's actually, for those times, it reflects that very well historically. But the story is brilliant. I loved it. I will read you the blurb once again, and I would certainly recommend it. I won't go too much into it because I don't want to give too much away, because this one I loved. So, Meirionydd in 1783. Harry Talbot has been dismissed from his post at a prestigious London hospital. The only job he can find is as a physician in the backwaters of Wales, where he can't speak the language. Belief in myth and magic is rife, and the villagers treat him with bewildering suspicion. When Henry discovers his predecessor died under mysterious circumstances, he is determined to find the answers. Lynette Trezelyan, the unconventional mistress of Plas Helig, lives a lonely life. Her father is long dead, her mother haunted by demons which keep her locked away in a room, and her cousin treats her with cool disdain. She has had no choice but to become fiercely self-reliant. Lynette has always suspected something is not quite right in the village, but it's only through Henry's investigations that the truth about those closest to her will come to light. A truth that will bind their destinies together in ways neither thought possible. The twist in this, normally you can tell, you know, sometimes you get a book and it's got a twist in the end and you say, oh well, yeah, you can actually see that coming. No, not this one. I'm not going to give you any more than that, because it was brilliant. I hope you do go out and get that and have a good read, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Now, the next book I read after that was Fyneshade. Now, I'm a sucker for beautiful covers, okay? Fyneshade. It was strange. It took some persevering for the first 2 chapters, but then you just get drawn in. It too has twists, and there's the use of magic in this, and it's I'm actually still unsure if no, I can't tell you any more than that, because there's a twist in the end where I'm actually questioning myself. Well, what have I just read then? What's just happened? It's really thought-provoking, and it makes you think at the end, oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. The blurb for this one: many would find much to fear in Fyneshade's dark corridors, but not I, for it has far more to fear from me. On the day of her beloved grandmother's funeral, Martha discovers that she is to become governess to the young daughter of Sir William Pritchard. Separated from her lover and discarded by her family, Martha has no choice but to journey to Pritchard's ancient and crumbling house, Fyneshade, in the wilds of Derbyshire. All is not well at Fyneshade. Martha's pupil, little Grace, can be taught nothing, and Martha takes no comfort from the silent servants who will not meet her eyes. More intriguing is that Sir William is mysteriously absent, and his son and heir, Vaughan, is forbidden to enter the house. Martha finds herself drawn to Vaughan, despite the warnings of the housekeeper that he is a danger to all around him. But Martha is no innocent to be preyed upon. Guided by the dark gift taught to her by her grandmother, she has made her own plans, and it will take more than a family riven by murderous secrets to stop her. Now, when I first started this book, my heart went out to Martha. I thought, oh, you poor girl, how can that happen to somebody? You know, and you read that, you know, years ago, girls weren't in control of their own lives. They were dictated to by governesses or by parents or caregivers, anybody. and this girl is sent away. She's just not liked nor wanted, and it is so sad, and your heart goes out to her until she moves to Fyneshade, where she morphs from what you envisage as this sort of sweet young girl into a not so pleasant individual. And it's her journey through her scheming and conniving that things end up looking like, well, this girl's fallen in poop and come out smelling of roses here. But then there's that twist. And some of it, you sort of guess toward the end that some of it's coming, but then there's something else after the twist. I'll just go back and make sure I wasn't reading the start of another book, because... No, it was the acknowledgements, yeah. Yes. Yeah. You see, was Marta there at all? I still don't know. I can't answer that question. Read the book, see what you think. It is strange, but I liked it. The next book I read was The Inheritance Games. Now, how did I come to this? Oh, Mum and I had gone to our favourite bookshop and we were going up for a coffee. And like I say, we always get a book and we start reading it over our coffee upstairs in the coffee shop with a piece of carrot cake. And that's our little thing that we do every time I visit home, and it's lovely. And I picked this, but oh, this sounds very interesting. This is written by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, who's an international bestseller, a master of puzzles and plot twists. That's E. Lockhart, best-selling author of We Were Liars. Now, The Inheritance Games. She came from nothing. They have everything. Let the games begin. But do you remember when I talked to you about the gifts that bind, and etc., etc.? And I had picked one of those books. I thought, oh, this sounds really good, and I bought it, took it home, and I found out it was older teen book. That's what this is. I'm actually going to get the other three in the series because I loved it. I really loved it. And it's true, it's impossible to put down. $1 billion fortune. Avery has a plan. Keep her head down, work hard for a better future. Then an eccentric billionaire dies, leaving her almost his entire fortune. And no one, least of all Avery, knows why. A deadly game. Now she must move into the mansion she's inherited. It's filled with secrets and codes and the old man's surviving relatives. A family hell-bent on discovering why Avery got their money. Winner takes all. Soon she's caught in a deadly game that everyone in this strange family is playing. But just how far will they go to keep their fortune? So this is The Inheritance Game. The next one after this is The Hawthorne Legacy, The Final Gambit, and then The Brothers Hawthorne. So I'm actually looking forward to getting these other three books and finding out what happens to Avery. She has to go in, there's lots of puzzle solving, there's adventures, there's scary moments, and yeah, it was really good. Loved it. There's another one now that I really, really enjoyed as well. I've enjoyed all these books. Okay, Fyneshade was a bit weird, I have to say, but this one, this had its moments as well. This is called Wakenhyrst by Michelle Paver or Paver. Okay, it's another one that, well, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Something has been let loose. In Edwardian Suffolk, a manor house stands alone in a lost corner of the fens. A glinting wilderness of water whose whispering reeds guard ancient secrets. Maud is a lonely child growing up without a mother, ruled by her repressive father. When he finds a painted medieval devil in a graveyard, unhallowed forces are awakened. Maud's battle has begun. She must survive a world haunted by witchcraft, the age-old legends of her beloved fen, and even more nightmarish demons of her father's past. Spanning 5 centuries, Wakenhyrst is a darkly gothic thriller about murderous obsession and one girl's longing to fly free. And I have to say, I thought the father in this, that he'd be the protagonist in this, was a wicked individual who, quite frankly, really, oh God, if I could have climbed into the book and choked him, I would have done myself. It was unbelievable, but it's really good. It was really good. So that is Wakenhyrst by Michelle Paver. The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Fyneshade by Kate Griffin. And The Shadow Key by Susan Stokes Chapman. I really enjoyed all three, despite Fyneshade's sort of, they're all sort of, they've got that sort of witchy sort of undertone. Now the Inheritance Games doesn't, that's quite different, but the other three have that sort of witchy vibe about them that gives you that ooh feeling. So we've spoken about my tarot spreads, we've spoken about books, I've told you about the little plants I've got. I'm really like that, excuse me, hiccuping, I really like that curry plant. It really smells strongly of curry. Now, this is what I'm reading at the moment. I will review this again when I've finished it. All the Colours of the Dark. Now, this has got nothing to do with anything esoteric. This is a, I think it's going to be a sad book, actually. I really do. I won't go into it too much now. This is All the Colours of the Dark. It's an epic in every sense of the word. Some of the best characters I've ever passed my time with. So I took this with me to the hospital this morning. Oh yes, I was at the hospital this morning. Ultrasound done, biopsy taken, and scan of brain, neck, chest, abdomen and spine. So I get the results in a couple of weeks. But that's me digressing. I took this with me and I've read the first 13 chapters already because the chapter's only about a page and a half long. But it's moving, it's fast moving. So that's that. Now what? Oh, these arrived. My Granny Square cards. I'm going to try and make myself something, just crocheting granny squares. So I've got those for beginners because I really do need a refresher course. Now, many of you will probably have seen this widely recommended on the internet. Okay, this is Ancient Remedies Revived, a complete guide to herbal medicine and natural healing by Shannon, Greef and Natalie, Willow. So I got this because, as you know, I'm very much into my herbs. I'm very much into my tinctures, my balms, my oils. And I feel, you know, some people might say, oh no, you know, Elaine, really, modern medicine's there. You don't have to go back to your ancestors' times. Actually, yes, I do, because I feel far more healthier and far more happier since I have taken up working with the earth. So this, in a world dominated by expensive and synthetic pharmaceuticals, a hidden treasure of natural healing lies within the pages of Ancient Remedies Revived. This indispensable guide unveils the power of herbs to restore and support your health, providing a sanctuary from the reliance of harsh chemicals. Inside you'll discover detailed descriptions of over 200 herbs, including their medical properties, practical applications, preparation methods. Vibrant, full-coloured images at your fingertips that make plant identification a breeze. Insights into herbal synergies, unlocking the potential of herb-to-herb interaction, amplifying their efficacy and delivering enhanced medicinal benefits. Instructions on how to nurture your own herb garden and unlock the art of crafting your own herbal remedies within the comfort of your home. Ancient Remedies Revived bridges the wisdom of ancient herbal traditions with modern research. Each time-tested remedy is backed by cited scientific studies, so you can be 100% confident. Whether you seek relief for a specific ailment or aspire to elevate your overall health, Ancient Remedies Revived is your gateway to a world of healing possibilities. Revive the power of ancient wisdom today. So I decided to get myself a copy, and I'm very glad I did. You know, there's this has in it 260, is it 268 pages, I think it is. 269 pages, okay. It gives you so much information that it's unbelievable. There's one here on calendula and chamomile as making a healing salve. Now I use calendula and I use chamomile, but I use them in teas. So making a salve is going to be really good because it's calendula oil is prized for its anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties, aiding in the rapid healing of skin irritations. Chamomile oil complements this by providing soothing relief to inflamed skin, enhancing the salve's effectiveness for conditions like eczema and sunburn. Together these oils form a potent combination for skin repair and comfort. So to make the salve, you use calendula oil, half a cup of calendula oil, half a cup of chamomile oil, a quarter of a cup of beeswax, a quarter of a cup of cocoa butter. I don't know if I've got cocoa. And then a quarter of a cup of coconut oil. In a double boiler, combine the calendula oil, chamomile oil, beeswax, cocoa butter and coconut. Heat the mixture over a low heat, stirring occasionally until everything is fully melted and combined. Remove the mixture from the heat and pour into a clean glass jar. Allow the salve to cool and solidify. Apply the salve to affected areas of the skin as needed, massaging it gently into the skin. Repeat the application 2 to 3 times a day until the skin condition is fully healed. And so there you go. You've got the name of the salve, what it does, the ingredients you need to make the salve, the instructions, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. You know, you've got aloe vera and tea tree acne treatment, milk thistle and dandelion liver detox tincture. I think I would be making myself some of that because I do like a glass of the odd vino now and again. Just now and again, of course, to be sociable. And we've got things here that sunflower seeds. What would you do with sunflower seeds? How would you use them? It's unbelievable. I use sunflower seeds. I sometimes use sunflower, but the thing is, I buy them so they're already de-shelled, and use some of them in my pesto actually. That and pine nuts. So yeah, there is just so much in here. It's full of colourful pictures showing you that you can't mistake the herb because there's such detailed images of them. So as I said at the very beginning, I have a giveaway. I happened to order this and I accidentally ordered a second. So I'm going to give this one away. If you would like to enter the draw for Ancient Remedies Revived, please pop your name in the comments below and just say yes or draw, however you want to grab my attention. Keep it nice and kind and just say, yeah, Elaine, I'd like to be included in the draw, or just yes please, whatever. And I will do like I did before. We'll get a wheel going, have everybody's name on it, and the one it lands on, I will post this to now. So people, that's all I've got for today. We've caught up. I'm back home. My tarot's been quite exciting. My books I've thoroughly enjoyed, and my planting, I've got a lot tidying up in the garden to do to get rid of all, to make it, you know, winter ready. But it's getting there slowly but surely. Now I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you for being here as always, and I look forward to seeing your name in the draw. Doesn't matter where in the world you are, like I said, I'm going to send the book to you. And like I say, you win, you get the book. Take care everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.